Okay, I did a video on platforms, two-part, beginners only, trying to show you where a platform to strike on, the angles and stuff using big stuff. Now we're going to reduce it down to small stuff. It's the same thing, but it's just smaller scale, and sometimes it's harder to see. So right here, I'm going to show you. See the ridge? Look at the platform dropping down. Come down like that, follow the ridge. The next video I'm going to do is showing you that the right angles to hit on. So I'm going to work this one a little more, and I'm going to tie it in with the platform video. I'm going to come right through here. Got it. Remember I told you to follow that slope? Took that out. Now look at this big ridge running here. Got a big hump right here. I'm going to set my platform, my isolated platform on this one. I'm going to isolate. Isolate means it's sticking up. It's kind of by itself where you probably won't hit nothing else. You make a bad swing or something, you're not going to hurt anything. Now we're going to try to come down this one right here. Now let's see what happens. Look at how pretty it followed that ridge. Same principle now. I just hope the bigger scale you can understand it better. That's why I'm trying to use a bigger scale on it. All right, now I'm chopping down like this, or hitting down. I call it chopping, moving material, and that rounds that edge. You need convexity for your flakes to run. We hadn't talked about convexity that much. We're going to get into that. We'll take it a step at a time. Convexity means it's going uphill and it's not going downhill like somebody scooped ice cream out right here. It's going uphill. And by that comment, the best comment I ever heard somebody told me, and I wish I could remember who it was. My memory's getting bad. But you can't flint knap air. You can hit in air all you want. So if this thing is caved over like this, and you knock a piece off right here, it's not going down there because that's air. That's as far as it's going to run. But if it's going uphill, like this one, let me get this one ready. I just noticed it's a good example. If it's going uphill, like this one, it's going to run right to there and drops down because that's air. Won't go any further than there. Just what I said, it dropped down right there because it got low again. Your shock waves will not remove rock that's not there. So if it's a hollow place, no material for the shock waves to go through. And we're going to talk about shock waves and angles and stuff like that when I get through with this on the next one. But right now we're going to try to follow this ridge right through here. Went right to there. Now, did I want that to happen? No. I want it to follow it, man. I want it to go all the way down through there. But I don't know what I did wrong. I keep looking up here at this camera all the time, trying to make sure I'm staying in focus. And sometimes I don't notice the hinge on this side, or like I got right here. It's okay now because I'm hit above it. Or I don't notice I didn't grind that certain spot. Now it followed that ridge just like I wanted to, right out to that corner. Okay, now, let's check this baby over and see what we got. We got a big hollow area right here. All this is scooped out. This is high. This is high over here. So my suggestion is right now, is I'm going to bring this whole edge up through here, and by doing that, I'm hitting down like this. And I showed you on the big pieces how when you hit it, it makes a change. The change is so much easier to see on these big pieces than it is on the little pieces. That's why I started out with the big pieces, like doing spalls or something, big nodules. Okay, now we got a contiguous platform. It's not isolated, so they just won't come through and run them about halfway. But see how it dips down, it curls down. So I'm gonna hit this way, and I'm gonna go run them just about halfway. Not trying to run these far at all. Basically what I'm trying to do is get this side where the feather into this side. without no hinge. I can probably run it all the way to that side, but when it got over and hit the low spot, there's nothing but air. It's gonna hinge. If it's in too deep, it'll hinge. All right, we're gonna run one down here. I'm building this edge up. That way it's bending it over. I got convection, I'm gonna hit right in here, like this. Look what happened. Took that hinge out over there, cleaned that up so pretty. Real pretty, look at that. Now we got this amazing low spot here, scoop ice cream out. I'm gonna come down the top right now because I'm really not, this point can be a little shorter. Probably gonna make a little short bent out of this one. This is some Buffalo River that I got. All right, this plate run all the way down to there. Went ahead and made that one. I should have stopped and showed you that one first. I'm used to making something and not doing videos. I forget I'm doing a video and I just keep right on going instead of stopping. Now I'm hitting down like this. I'm trying to bring this edge up. So when I turn it over, it's going to be down below the center line. It's going to be a smooth platform. This one might run further than here. It's lower here, but this platform is lower than that, so it might run across there and it might not. I'm not that good at seeing fine hairs like that. This is extremely thin area right here. So let's see, I think it will, and it did. Went all the way across into this one. It didn't go there, it stopped right here, but it feathered in with that one. That was the other deep area I said looked like ice cream somebody scooped out. All right, now I'm just lightly hitting down here to smooth this out. Now this is high here. So I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna hit this way and follow this ridge. I'm turning it like this. And see how it followed that ridge? Took that ridge out. Okay, now we'll hit straight down here. Just trying to get the waves out of this thing and see what's going on. This is mostly the high air over here on this side. I'm gonna go ahead and work this side. It's got a bad spot right in here. And I'm gonna do a little what I call a U-shape deal. I cut in. I talked about it on another video on platform, how to do that. Talk about it in a lot of my videos about how to, when you're trying to save your width, how to come down something like this. Now I'm gonna grind it. I'm gonna try to hit right on that little isolated platform. That's isolated, so that little point sticking up. Hit right there. Run that right around there, and it makes that look so much prettier now. Now, got kind of a square here, and so what I got to do, come back on the sharp points, and that's the corner. Where the sharp points are. Now I'll hit straight down. That took that out. But also what it did, it exposed to me that this is a little high. I didn't realize I had some height right in there until I did that. Ooh, it's real hot in here. I don't know how much further I can go. I just started, man. I sat down, it's like 9 o'clock. This is a metal building, all metal building. Got it insulated best I can, but that don't help. Need a good air conditioning unit, a big window unit. Whew, that's out of my price range right now. But I did have a friend who told me that he's got one that I can come get, but he's not home right now. As soon as he gets home, I'm gonna go get it. He says it's a big 220 unit. And I do have a 220 line on my utility pole out there. That's gonna be nice. I got some small window units. They're not big, but if you run them all night and all day, the electric bill was like over $200 for this little bitty building. And I can't go that, not with my medicine and stuff. I'm not gonna get into my expenses, but anyway, it's tough. This one's pretty good. This side's flat. I got some hills over here, but I still got good width. I'm gonna come and hit down on these and see if I can get rid of some of these little, it's a ridge in the middle, a little high spot running down the middle here. And I'm gonna try to angle this way off of this corner here. Run that down like that. Boy, it did it real good right there. Try it again right here. Ooh, that did real good. See, I'm trying to save my width down here, so I'm trying to stand it up there because you're going to come in for your base. I'll get ready to make my base. I don't go down much further than this. I'm trying to do as much good as I can, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to go all the way down with it. Because I got a little hinge right there. Yep. That hinge became a lot worse. I was hoping that would go through it, but it didn't. Alright, this is where I'm going to lose a little more width than I wanted to on this one. I'm going to go ahead and thin this point right here while I'm down here on this end. I'm going to try to run it back into this hinge. Try to run it like this way. And went right to it and stopped and hinged. Sometimes it works like a nut and sometimes it don't. Sometimes you feel like a nut and sometimes you don't. Right now I'm having trouble with this one. It's just not cooperating with me. I made it mad. Probably when I called it a fat boy earlier, y'all probably didn't hear that. I said, look at this big old wide fat boy there, I'm gonna get it. Might have kind of offended it and hurt its feelings. We're going to take this fat boy now. We're going to try to run one across here. Like that. Didn't go as far as I wanted, but it sure did help. Might come off the base here. If I can get a platform look good enough. Let's see what that looks like when I grind it. That looks pretty good. Look at that. I thought it would run further. That's what I was looking at. Must have been a little low, just a low dip right in there I didn't see. I was hoping it would run like halfway down. But it didn't. Okay, I'm gonna I really need to be using my hollow copper boppers on this, but the caps wore out on them. And I was gonna go to the store yesterday and remake them, put some new caps on them. And I got caught up in some other saves. Put it off, gonna do it later on, and later on come, I never did it. They're not open on Saturdays, today's Saturday. So, and use this big baby, this big Bertha. This Bertha will work if I use her right, but she's not effective with the hollow cap span. I'm used to them things. This is what I call my hollow cap bopper. This was too big for what I want to use here, but the caps are rounded. They round out like that, just a piece of pipe with a gas cap on the end of it. This is really too big, but I'm gonna try it. Look how easy that works. I'm surprised it did as good. Usually it's too much mass on what is that big. It's probably gonna break it. I'm gonna try it on this one because I ain't gonna be able to hit that isolated platform. I don't imagine. Nope, it did it. So anyway, that's a good one right there. All right, I think we'll do one more. Here's one that's kind of thin here. Already made this one pretty thin. And looks good over here, looks good here. Got a sweep in it right here. Kind of curves that way if you can see the curve. And I can raise this point up right here. I'm gonna use this bopper since I got it out. Had so much luck on that, and I might continue to use it on this one. Now, what my game plan is, remember I told you it was a sweep, a curve and sweep right in here. Run these flakes into there and flush it out even with it. We're gonna take it right here. And that one went there. If I'd run it straight across like I meant to, I had the wrong angle turn. I wasn't paying much attention. It would have flushed right out like that one did. Perfect. Look how perfect that came out. Now, the size of these boppers, once you figure them out, is very important. I use a little bit of one when it's this size. I done put it over there in the bag to replace it. I'm looking around to see if I see one bent up like it, but I don't. But anyway, it's only about that big around. But on some rock, this big one, when it's this small, just wouldn't work, and I don't understand why, but for some reason this rock, it seems to be working real good. This is some Tennessee buffalo. That flake run good. I have no problem with that at all. That did great. And I'm gonna tap it lightly. Try to feather that. Yep, didn't feather out. Should have hit it a little harder. And come back up here and rebuild it. I'm gonna hit it about the same way I hit it just then because I'm redoing it. But I don't want to hit it too hard. Let's see what happens. That did good. Right, now let's come down here to this spot. Hit on top. Didn't get it out. I'm gonna try to run one across. I'm scared using this big one, but I'm gonna try to shoot it all the way across there on that ridge. And hit the edge just right. Went all the way across. Took that out. And pressure flake it left just enough right on the edge. Just a little pressure flake and I'll move that. Don't need to bang on it no more. And get something pressure flaking, don't bang on it. Very rarely mess up pressure flaking, but banging, 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 you can really mess up. Mess up because of the accuracy. Like indirect percussion, when you put this thing right there and you hit it, might not be accurate for where you put it, but the accuracy is there where you hit it. You're gonna hit it right where you put it. You might should have put it somewhere else to get the job done, but it don't matter. You're not gonna mess up because of accuracy. And that's what you do with these. Okay, this one's pretty good here. I'm gonna Shoot. I'm never satisfied. I don't know when to hold them, I don't know when to fold them. They're gonna run some off the base here. This way I can break it. Then I can be real sad. Dadgum, I broke this thing. There we go. Trying to trim that base. They're gonna make a benton out of this one, where the base kind of curves in the back. And I tell you what, it's a little short for, it's not short for benton, but I don't like to make them that short. I like to make big old benton. I might make something else out of it. Get that little spot out of it, and then put it up. I can pressure flake it out. It says what I said, well, you can pressure flake it out. Don't do as I do. Don't do as I say. Do as I say, but don't do as I do. I'll get right in a minute. When you're doing this, you can mess up. Fortunately, I didn't. Fortunately, I didn't. That's good enough. Okay, we're going to stop this one. This is a series of preforms.